know that the system of community care does not currently provide an adequate service for Asian and African Caribbean people. But what do the changes in the Community Care Act mean for us? And what can we do to empower our community? The following play illustrates a situation that more and more of our people find themselves in, and suggests that our communities, both young and old, need to fight back and take control, to understand the legislation and the changes taking place before it is too late.
सलमा सलमा चीनी दे दो मुझको बेटी। क्या बकवास है ये डायबिटीज शायद, कुछ नहीं होता है बेटी। अब्दुल दाऊद सर, please sir, no speak English. Nadine, son, don't go. Abbaji nahi, Abbaji. British are dirty. Dafa karo. I don't give a damn. Salma! Salma!
Subha Sham. You wake up, you start your work up. For the brothers and the others, who are relatives but relatively unknown. Put in your home to sweep, clean. Sometimes I could scream out, but my voice will not come out. Not heard, these words could fill any confession box. So don't talk to me about community care. Subha Sham, you wake up in the morning.
I come to offer you strange fruits. Many of you do not know of the services that are available to you. Some of you are in a strange land that you just don't understand. You must realize that in our society, we have rules and ways of living that must be respected. We, in the spirit of personal freedom, however, do allow you to practice your cultures and religions within certain constraints, of course.
Of course. So you must do what they tell you to do. They know what's best for you.
We realize that you already practice care in the community, and that your extended family and strong social cohesion mean that you are well able to do so.
You believe in family unity, but immigration legislation means for some of us that this is pure hypocrisy. The only unity is for white families.
But there are limited resources. Minority groups must compete for them. We're not prepared to give out handouts any longer and subsidize the poor services.
It's a free market, but we're not free to it. Making caring a business means we will not win this lottery for our community.
We can offer individually packaged units of care through a partnership of the public and private sector. This, however, will take time.
Meanwhile, our people will suffer while you talk of time. It takes no time for you to come and take our children away from us because we are black and our culture backward in your eyes. You take no time in criminalizing us, painting Asian and African under the Mental Health Act.
We will continue to offer equality of opportunity and ensure all our services are adequately publicised in minority languages.
You translate,
We will continue to
but
offer
you
equality
still
of
discriminate.
opportunity and ensure all our
This
services
TV
are
does not
adequately
speak
publicised in
Punjabi.
minority
This
languages.
TV
We
does
will
not
continue
speak
to offer
Punjabi.
equality of opportunity
You
and
translate,
ensure all our
but you
services
still
are adequately
discriminate.
publicised in
This
minority
TV does not
languages.
speak Punjabi.
We will continue to
This
offer equality
TV
of
does not
opportunity
speak
and ensure all
Punjabi.
our services are
You
adequately
translate,
publicised
but
in
you still
minority
discriminate.
languages.
This TV does not speak Punjabi. This TV does not speak Punjabi.
In a moment, Mrs. I'm sorry, I'm not very good with Asian names.
It's Mrs. Hussain. I did send you a letter.
Yes, Mrs. Hussain. It's just that we get several hundred letters every day, and yours is just one of them. Here it is. So how can I help you?
You've read the letter?
Yes, I've read the letter, but we feel it's very important that clients themselves talk about their cases.
It's not for me, it's for my granddad. Look, he's housebound and he's got diabetes. We've been told he's not entitled to a pension and it's a struggle.
Yes, it must be. However, the rules about national insurance-based benefits are quite strict. To tell you the truth, I was quite surprised to read the letter. We haven't had too many Asian clients. There isn't much demand, you see.
I suppose you expect us to look after our elderly.
I beg your pardon?
It's a lie, you know. And don't pretend you didn't hear me.
It's just that it's a commonly held belief that Asians themselves look after their elderly, and that we should respect their cultures.
You call it respecting our culture? My granddad could die and yet you can't help because of your racist rules.
There needs to be checks in the system to stop people abusing it.
So we're scroungers and criminals now, are we? I just come in here to see if you lot could help us. And all I get is this bullshit from you. And you wonder why we stick to our own. Sleep tight tonight. And don't choke on your dinner. Nana, काम पे जाना है. Please, Grandad, I'm late. The salan's in the oven. I work, Nana ji. कितने दफा बोलना है? I can't look after you all the time. Bubbly's at college and you never asked Nadeem.
You're my flesh and blood. If you won't look after me, then who will, huh?
I know, Nana ji, I know. But I can't cope. I just can't cope.
If you care for someone who is elderly, disabled, or seriously ill, then you are a carer, and your work should be recognised and supported, and you are also entitled to certain benefits. The new Community Care Act recognises the role of carers and the support required, but does not necessarily supply the resources needed.
भूलना नहीं मुझको. खत लिखना.
Ji, Nana ji. Fikr na karo. We'll come and see you. I'll bring the kids.
अकेले कैसे रहूंगा? मेरा दिल तोड़ना है.
Nana. Nazreen auntie said she'd come and see you. Social service wale Tuesday aa rahe hain. Paid all the bills and fixed the remote control for the TV. So don't worry.
Don't worry.
Mr. Khan? Mr. Khan, will you please let me in? I'm from the neighbourhood office, Mr. Khan. I've got my identification card and my Urdu and Punjabi phrase book here. Oh, right. Salam, Mr. Khan. May Manchester Council के लिए काम Kota, who? Mr. Khan? Let me in, your packy get. We spend thousands of pounds every year on ethics like you.
How much?
Well, a few hundred.
How much?
Okay, so we had a bit of money left over from the social services slush fund.
That's better. Just leave me alone. Leave me alone. Hello, Mr. Khan. It's New Consolidated Food Services Limited. We've come with your nutritionally balanced meal, which will provide you with a daily requirement of vitamins and minerals. Could you let us in, please? We've come with our specially prepared, ethnically adjusted dish.
I don't like sultanas in my curry.
Organically grown palau rice.
I don't want your fucking rice.
We'll be back in 2 days' time, Mr. Khan.
Don't come back. मार खाना है तुमको. छोड़ो दाओ. They won't listen. This TV does not speak Punjabi.
I did not fully understand you when you spoke, even though you used my tongue. But what you said was wrong. You wanted me to care. You expected me to care. And you explained it away by blaming our families and our roots. And yet you take without giving. You wouldn't give my nana a pension, or give him some help. And when we complained, you told us that he was not entitled. You talked about years of residence and contributions. The week after he died, we got a letter. They said he could claim £7.54 a week.
Thank you for coming to our benevolent institution. The Community Care Act means we will be able to directly assess your individual needs, design packages of care, and purchase appropriate services through contracts. All of this will be monitored for the sake of quality and cost effectiveness.
Bayo Beno. We must understand that all these words mean something to our communities, and that we must take advantage of any positive areas of the Act, but be aware of the dangers. We can now begin to demand care services on our terms, but we must be careful not to turn care simply into a business to make money. Otherwise, profit will be put before people.
We will give you all the support and advice you need. We totally believe in equality of opportunity, and that there are people dying to use our services. Sorry, just a slip of the tongue there. What I'm trying to say is that there is a big demand for ethnic meals and real services.
Beware of devil in strange fruits. How will they assess our needs? How do they know what our needs are? Will they ask us, or will they tell us? Guess going here? And even if they do consult us and ask us what we want, is there any guarantee that they will listen? Will they respect our traditions and ways of living?
At the end of the day, we believe in choice and the freedom of the individual to choose the kind of care they want to have.
The quality of which is determined by the colour of your skin and how much money you've got. You talk of the freedom to choose, but you abuse the truth. There is no freedom in closing hospitals, hostels and homes for the elderly. If you ask me, it's a cost-cutting exercise, just transferring the burden of care from you to we.
I've got to go now. I have a meeting with the bank. We've got a bit of a cash flow problem with the new consolidated, so we're cutting back on the home helps. It's just a temporary measure though. We'll see you all soon.
Write your proposals. Be clear about the needs of Asian and African Caribbean elderly. But don't be fooled by gestures and pound signs. If they could really speak our language, they would understand the bakwas they sometimes speak.
This has been an Aajkal health warning. Contracting in and out of the NHS can seriously damage your health. Please read all instructions carefully. Implications made are particularly hazardous for black people. So tread carefully, folks. See ya!
The characters and storyline depicted in this play are entirely fictional and bear no resemblance to reality. Any similarities to actual people situations is purely coincidental. The current system of community care and mental health does not address the needs of Asian and African Caribbean people, so we need to fight back and understand the new legislation. We have a right to services on our terms, but they will not automatically give us that right. We will have to fight for it. This has been an introduction. Khuda Hafiz.
Namaste.
Sasri Akal.
See you.